let me set this up for you. What I'm working on today is a 2011 Maserati. It's got about 35,000 miles on it, and I came across yet another problem-solving opportunity. One of the many reasons I love detailing. And as I've said in my other videos, if you hate problem solving, this is probably not the industry for you. So what we have here is, I've already done the inside, I'm working on the outside now. Anyhow, so what we have is this rubber gasket, and it's blotchy. If you see this, and I'm gonna hold the camera in different angles because I'm so blinded by the light. So what's happening is this rubber gasket is oxidizing. I have cleaned this area here. Now, if you are inexperienced, you come across this and Johnny customer may come out and say, hey Darren, what can you do about this? And this is what I'm going to teach you. It'll be rare that you come across this, but just know that every car manufacturer has their problem children, their problem materials. Whether it's on the inside, like for example on the Range Rovers, Mercedes, Maseratis, they like to, and some of the BMWs also, the higher end cars, which is kind of ironic, is they like to coat these plastic pieces in a kind of a rubberized material. It feels really good. It's a great tactile experience. It looks neat. It's a satin kind of dull matted finish, but what happens is that top layer starts peeling back over use, and it just is very problematic. So every car manufacturer, I don't care how much you pay for it, has these problem areas, problem materials. So the obvious conclusion might be that you just do nothing about this. Well, me being me, it's like, hey, I'm willing to take on a challenge. So I've tried different processes. I've tried my magic eraser, did not work. Why did my magic eraser not work? Because this is kind of a rubberized, it's a very rubberized hard material, and the magic eraser really wants to grab to it, and it tears up the magic eraser more than it's willing to pull off this oxidized layer. So I've got my super degreaser, which is right here, diluted down 4 parts water to 1 part concentrate. Now the microfiber is an amazing textile. They truly are amazing. So what I'm doing is I'm really laying into this. I've sprayed my rag with the super degreaser, and I'm rubbing very aggressively, very hard, and it is removing that oxidized layer of oxidized rubber. So you tell me, here we have before, and like I said, I'm trying to capture this on film. I can only hope that it's doing it. It's blotchy. It looks like caca. Now we have this after effect. Now I have a very uniformed gasket that looks as it should look. So I'm going to continue doing this. Now also, as an added note, and this is why in this industry it's like a moving target sometimes. You've got the rules, and then you always have the exception to the rules. So for example, you can see a line of demarcation here where there's like a slight seam, and this material over here is different than this material over here, and you can see where it was kind of fused together right there. So a process that might work along here may not actually suddenly work along here. This was all oxidized right here, and I cleaned it as I'm doing the other gasket, and then suddenly it changes on me. This is a little different also. So this is where you constantly have to test, check the results, either continue down that path or change course and come up with a new strategy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around all the windows, clean it up. It's going to, you know, as the saying goes, it's about the details. So details are all about the minutia, the details, the nuances of everything. So when you pull back and you get all the details right, your car just pops. And a lot of people don't understand that. And they may look at a car that's been just professionally detailed and they can't help but stare. And they obviously can recognize a clean, shiny, detailed car. But if you were to ask them, they may not be able to explain exactly what's going on. Well, what's going on is that you have nailed all the endless details where now you can't help but stare at this car and just think, wow, this thing pops. Okay, we're not there yet. Okay, because you've come in on like open heart surgery, the patient's on the operating table, it's a big bloody mess right now. So I felt like there was a learning moment right here, so I thought I'd bring you in for it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the window gasket, like I said, with my microfiber super greaser, and then I'm going to use my spray wax, which is a non-staining formulation, and I'm actually going to treat this, and it's going to enhance it a little bit. I'll bring you back in for that. And just as an added note, if you've seen my other videos on black trim restoration products like the one that I'm a huge fan of Solution Finish, it is more for true plastic that is porous. Now this rubber gasket is not very porous, and it's really more of a rubber based product rather than a plastic based product, so I would not be using that on this. But I do like the non-staining spray waxes because they will add a level of protection, enhancement, and conditioner to it all in one step. Here we are with the finished result. You can inspect for yourself. I'd say huge improvement. Now it looks like it did back in the Wayback Machine when it was brand new. So just so you know, I used Menzerna Power Lock on the paint, and then I came back over with the Meguiar's Synthetic Express Wax for this trim that I can use on the glass, the rubber, the chrome, the paint. This is what's great about that Express Wax. But for durability, I prefer the Power Lock. So there's the final result, and I'll pull back so you can check it out. Not a bad ride. So I gotta just say, you guys are terrific out there. I love these comments. I love when you guys write in.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and